Ladies and gentlemen, dreamers and doers, today we gather in a world bursting with opportunity, overflowing with potential, yet clouded by doubt, fear, and hesitation. Some will rise, many will falter, and only a few will reach the summit. The difference between those who win and those who wish? Every winner does this. You may ask, what is this? It is not something written in stone or passed down from kings. It is not a trick, not a shortcut, not a privilege granted by birth or luck or fate. It is a universal law written in the heart of every person who has dared to dream, struggled to climb, and refused to quit. Let me be crystal clear. Winners are not born. They are made in the furnace of hardship, forged in the fire of belief, and above all, guided by the one truth that Napoleon Hill declared to the world: whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This is the law of achievement. It applies to all, no matter your race, your roots, or your resources, but it requires something from you in return: desire, decision, faith, persistence, action, sacrifice. This is what every winner does. Let us now explore it in depth, step by step, not merely to inspire you, but to equip you to act. Part 1. Desire, the starting point of all achievement. Napoleon Hill wrote, "The starting point of all achievement is desire." Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desire brings weak results. Just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat, desire is not hope. It is not a wish. It is a burning obsession. Winners begin with desire so strong, so intense, that it becomes part of who they are. Let me tell you the truth. Most people never win because they never truly want it. They flirt with their goals. They whisper dreams in silence. But winners, they shout them. They declare them. They breathe them with every step. Desire is the foundation. Desire fuels the journey when the body is tired, when the mind is doubting, when the world is laughing. Every winner wakes up with desire, sleeps with desire, and builds their life around it. Thomas Edison desired to bring light to the world and tried over 10,000 times. Abraham Lincoln desired to serve the people and lost multiple elections before becoming one of the greatest presidents in history. You, yes, you must discover your own something that moves your soul. Ask yourself, what do I desire with all my heart? What am I willing to suffer for? What do I love so much that I'll keep going when the world tells me to quit? Until you answer these, you are not yet ready to win. But once you do, your life will never be the same again. Part 2. Decision, the power of commitment. Desire is the spark, but decision is the fuel that ignites the engine. Look around you. Look at the world of the average, the mediocre, the hesitant. They wait, they wonder, they overthink, they doubt. They stand at the crossroads of life and never move because they cannot make a clear, definite decision. Winners are different. They decide and they commit. Not tomorrow, not when the time is right, not after I'm ready. They decide now. The enemy of decision. Indecision is a silent killer. It doesn't stab you in the back, it poisons you slowly. Every day you delay, you give away your power. Every time you say maybe, you bury your potential deeper. Winners understand that hesitation is costly. They know that no decision is perfect, but taking no decision is deadly. Let me be clear, there is no such thing as the perfect moment. You create the moment through bold action, powered by a definite decision. Napoleon Hill observed that every successful person he studied had the habit of making decisions quickly and changing them slowly, if at all. The unsuccessful, they made decisions slowly and changed them often and quickly. Ask yourself, do I decide swiftly? Do I change my mind at the first sign of discomfort? Do I let the opinions of others cloud my path? Because every winner says this is what I will do, and nothing will stop me. You declare, I am a champion. I am an author. I am a business owner. I am a leader. I am the one who will not quit. Decision is identity. It shifts your energy, your actions, your future. You begin to walk differently, speak differently, think differently, because you are no longer trying to be something you are. This is not self-delusion, it is self-declaration. It is what Hill referred to as definiteness of purpose, and it is the cornerstone of every successful life. Real-world example, the power of one decision. Let's take a moment to reflect on a story, one Napoleon Hill himself admired, Henry Ford. When Ford decided to build the V8 engine, every engineer told him it was impossible. Ford didn't argue. He simply said, build it anyway. They failed. He said again, build it. They tried. They failed again. Ford didn't retreat. He decided and he held to that decision. Eventually, the V8 engine was born. That's what winners do. They don't negotiate with their dreams. They command them into existence. The winner's commitment formula: decide what you want specifically, clearly, and without apology. Write it down, make it real. Commit to it, burn the ships behind you. No plan B. Take action every day, no matter how small. Refuse to be shaken by doubt, delay, or difficulty. Your decision becomes your compass, your focus, your promise. Remember, the universe moves for the one who decides. Doors open, people show up, resources appear, but only after you have decided. Let me close this section with the immortal words of Hill. Indecision is the seedling of fear. Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. Decide now and the rest will follow. Part 3. Faith, the unseen force behind all achievement. Faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. We have spoken of desire, the flame that starts the fire. We have declared the power of decision, the moment when dreams become direction. Now we come to the invisible force, the element that turns thought into action, hope into belief, and vision into reality. Faith. Faith is not simply religion. It is not blind optimism. It is not wishing upon stars. Faith, as Napoleon Hill defined it, is the deep, unshakable belief in yourself, your vision, your power to shape reality. Without faith, your desire fades. Without faith, your decisions crumble. Without faith, your actions hesitate. But with faith, you become unstoppable. Faith begins in the mind. Faith is not something you find out there. It is something you build inside, one thought at a time. Hill taught that faith can be created, developed, strengthened through repetition, auto-suggestion, and affirmation. If you want to believe in yourself, you must train your mind to believe. Every day, the winner feeds their mind with words of power. I am capable. I was born for greatness. I am focused, fearless, and unstoppable. I believe in my dream no matter what the world says. This is not fantasy. This is mental conditioning, and every winner does it. Think about it. Would you ever go into battle without armor? Then why go into life's battles without belief? The faith of giants. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't wait until he saw the whole staircase. He took the first step in faith. Helen Keller, deaf and blind from infancy, once said, "Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light." Napoleon Hill himself wrote Think and Grow Rich during the Great Depression, a time of despair, but his faith in human potential never wavered. Winners choose faith even when there is no evidence, because they know this truth: you do not get what you want, you get what you believe. Both, the enemies of faith. Doubt whispers, you can't. Fear warns, what if you fail? Criticism mocks, who do you think you are? But the winner responds with fire, I know who I am. I know what I can do. I believe it before I see it. Understand this: faith is not the absence of fear. Faith is belief that walks anyway. It is the courage to move forward when your knees are shaking. It is the voice that says, keep going when the world says, give up. It is the soul's refusal to surrender. How to build unshakable faith. Here's how every winner builds their faith. Daily affirmation. Speak your goal as if it already exists. I am wealthy. I am disciplined. I am the best in my field. Auto-suggestion. Repeat your vision with emotion. See it, feel it, believe. Environment. Surround yourself with people and materials that reinforce belief. Cut off toxic energy. Celebrate progress. Track wins no matter how small. Success feeds faith. Visualize victory. See yourself at the top. Stand in that success in your mind. Own it now. Do this daily. Do it when you feel strong, and especially when you don't. Faith must be fed, or it fades. Faith, odd decision, desire, a power. When you desire deeply, when you decide firmly, and when you believe absolutely, you activate a force greater than fear, greater than failure, greater than circumstance. This is how mountains are moved. This is how empires are built. This is how you win. Napoleon Hill said, faith is the only known antidote for failure. So if you are tired of failing, build your faith. Speak it, train it, guard it, because every winner does this. Part 4. Action. The bridge between dreams and reality. We've awakened desire, forged decision, and ignited faith. But now comes the part that separates the talkers from the doers, the dreamers from the achievers. Action. Desire without action is fantasy. Decision without action is paralysis. Faith without action is delusion. Every winner acts, not once, not when it's easy, but again and again with discipline, with urgency, and with courage. Dreams are built through movement. You can have the most detailed vision board, the boldest affirmations, the deepest belief in yourself, but nothing changes until you do. The world doesn't respond to your intentions, it responds to your action. Napoleon Hill was crystal clear about this. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when it is organized into definite plans of action and directed to a definite end. Let that sink in. Reading books is an action. Watching motivational videos is an action. Dreaming big is an action. Action is what you do when nobody's watching. Action is staying up late to work, waking up early to plan, sacrificing comfort to chase mastery, making the call, taking the risk, showing up. Winners build momentum. Every winner knows the first steps are the hardest, because you will feel awkward, you will make mistakes, you will feel fear, but action creates momentum, and momentum makes everything easier. Start small, start scared, start unsure, but start, because once you begin, confidence grows, the fog lifts, doors open, and you begin to realize you are more capable than you ever imagined. Action drowns fear. Fear lives in inaction. It festers in waiting. It multiplies in procrastination. But the moment you move, fear shrinks, because the brain begins to shift from doubt to doing. You're no longer trapped in what if. You're too busy in what's next. Winners know this secret. Don't wait for confidence to act. Act until confidence shows up. Napoleon Hill didn't just study this. He wrote Think and Grow Rich while struggling with doubt, debt, and uncertainty. But he kept writing. He kept moving, and that book changed the world. Massive action with definite purpose. Hill emphasized definiteness of purpose, not random movement, but directed, intentional effort. There's a difference between busyness and effectiveness, activity and productivity, motion and progress. Every winner doesn't just work hard, they work intelligently, with clarity and strategy. Here's the blueprint. Set a clear goal, break it down into daily actions, schedule it, do it especially when you don't feel like it, track it, adjust, improve, repeat. Success is not a mystery, it is a mathematical result of daily actions over time. The power of daily discipline. 1 hour of focused action a day, 30, that's over 9 full 40-hour work weeks you created from just 1 hour a day. Imagine what 2 hours, 4 hours a life of focus could become. While others are waiting for perfect conditions, winners are creating them. They take the step, make the call, write the page, record the video, launch the business, run the mile, show up again and again. Dinge, bonus, action rewires the brain. Here's something neuroscience confirms. Action changes your brain chemistry. It boosts dopamine, the motivation chemical. It reshapes your self-image. It proves to your subconscious mind, I am a person who gets things done. You stop doubting, because your track record silences doubt. You stop fearing because progress becomes your new addiction. Part 5. Persistence. The iron will that never yields. Persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel. Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. You have the desire. You've made the decision. You've built your faith. You've taken action. But now you've entered the valley, the place where many fall, where dreams are tested, where results seem far away, where pain whispers, quit. And this, my friend, is where winners are made, not in comfort, not in applause, but in the crucible of persistence. Why persistence is non-negotiable. Anyone can start, anyone can get excited for a day, but winners finish what they start because they've mastered the most underrated superpower in the world, refusing to quit. Napoleon Hill wrote, there may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence, but the quality is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. In other words, persistence hardens you. It doesn't just make you better, it makes you unbreakable. Climb test. Here's what the world won't tell you. Greatness takes time. Mastery takes time. Transformation takes time. The dream is real, but so is the delay. The delay tests your commitment. The delay tests your character. The delay asks, do you really want this, or were you just excited yesterday? Winners understand this and whisper back, I'm still here. I'm not done. I will see this through. Real success stories built on persistence, Napoleon Hill spent over 20 years researching Think and Grow Rich. He interviewed 500 paws of the world's most successful people before he ever saw real results. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the electric light. When asked if he was discouraged, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before someone believed in Harry Potter. Every winner you admire today once lived in obscurity. The only difference is they persisted when the rest walked away. How to develop relentless persistence. Hill gives us a 4-step formula to build persistence. Use this as your daily ritual. A definite purpose backed by burning desire. You must be clear about why you're doing what you're doing. A definite plan, expressed in continuous action. Strategy without action is empty. Action without plan is chaos. A mind closed tightly against all negative and discouraging influences. You must protect your mental space from doubt, gossip, and cynicism. A friendly alliance with one or more persons who will encourage you to follow through. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, not those who drain you. Repeat these daily, and you will become unstoppable. The enemies of persistence. Persistence is not just built, it must be defended. Your greatest enemies will be distraction, stealing your focus, discouragement, whispering you're not enough, delay, convincing you that it's not working, disappointment, making you question your dream. Winners anticipate these enemies. They prepare, they adapt, but they never surrender. Danger, the mental hack. Just one more step. When the burden gets heavy, don't promise to go forever. Just promise this: I will take one more step, one more call, one more rep, one more chapter. This is how you cross deserts. This is how you climb mountains. This is how legends are made. The truth, every winner knows. The majority of people are ready to throw their aims and purposes overboard and give up at the first sign of opposition or misfortune. Napoleon Hill winners are the rare ones who whisper, "I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done." They persist when it's boring. They persist when no one is clapping. They persist when progress feels invisible. Why? Because they are builders, and every brick every day counts. You must earn it daily. Persistence isn't something you use once. It is a lifestyle. It is a daily decision to show up, no matter how you feel. Every winner does this, and now so will you. Part 6. Sacrifice, the price of greatness. Great achievement is usually born of great sacrifice, and is never the result of selfishness. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Let's speak plainly. Success is not free. Every dream comes with a price, and every winner pays it. While others ask, "How much can I get?" Winners ask, "How much am I willing to give?" Because deep down, every achiever knows, if the goal is massive, the sacrifice must be meaningful. The law of sacrifice. There's a universal law. You cannot gain something new without letting go of something old. You can't build a new life while clinging to your old habit. You can't soar like an eagle while dragging dead weight. You can't pursue excellence and comfort at the same time. Winners understand this deeply. That's why they sacrifice: sleep to study, parties to practice, comfort to create, approval to stay authentic, distractions to dominate their mission. And they don't see sacrifice as punishment. They see it as the investment of destiny. The inner conflict, what most people won't do. Most people say they want success, but they won't give up their comfort zone. They won't give up Netflix marathons, junk food, gossip, scrolling, excuses, distractions. They say, "I want to succeed," but their life says, "I want it easy." And that's where the winner rises, because the winner chooses purpose over pleasure. They live by this truth: temporary pain for permanent power, short-term sacrifice for long-term success. What winners sacrifice that others won't. 1. Time. Winners sacrifice hours for growth, while others relax. They read. While others sleep, they strategize. 2. Ego. They admit mistakes. They seek feedback. They'd rather get better than pretend they're perfect. 3. Distractions. They delete the apps. They turn off the noise. They clear the clutter to stay focused. 4. Relationships. Sometimes, not everyone can come with you. Winners have the courage to let go of those who hold them back. 5. Comfort. They lean into the hard work, the painful reps, the lonely nights, because they know comfort never created anything legendary. Napoleon Hill on sacrifice. Hill didn't just write about success, he lived it. He spent decades interviewing the most powerful men of his time and sacrificed wealth, health, and reputation to do it. He watched men like Andrew Carnegie sacrifice years to build steel empires. He saw Henry Ford risk ridicule and failure to challenge the status quo. He documented how Theodore Roosevelt, Thomas Edison, and Woodrow Wilson all made massive sacrifices in the name of vision. Their success wasn't handed to them. It was earned through what they gave up. The greatest sacrifice of all. Here's the truth most people avoid. To become a winner, you must sacrifice who you are for who you are meant to become. You must let go of the lazy version of you, the fearful version of you, the distracted version of you, the small-minded version of you. That's not easy. It hurts to evolve, but nothing is more painful than staying stuck in a life beneath your potential. How to practice sacrifice without burning out. Sacrifice isn't about destroying yourself, it's about choosing priorities. Clarify your highest goal. Know what matters most, so you can eliminate what doesn't. Audit your life weekly. Ask, what am I doing that is not serving my dream? Trade low value for high value. Trade 1 hour of Netflix for 1 hour of learning. Trade 30 minutes of gossip for 30 minutes of journaling. Trade comfort food for energy food. Trade opinions for execution. Celebrate your discipline. Recognize the strength it takes to walk away from ease and walk into purpose. Yadawis, what you gain is greater. Let this empower you. What you sacrifice now, you gain multiplied later. Sacrifice sleep today. Gain freedom tomorrow. Sacrifice comfort today. Gain strength forever. Sacrifice now, to reap when others are only beginning to plant. Sacrifice is the passport to a future that mediocrity will never enter. Final words of this part. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. Napoleon Hill, winners do what is necessary, not what is easy. They give up what is convenient to gain what is eternal. Because every winner does this, and now, so will you. Part 7. Every winner's code. Live it, breathe it, become it. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desire brings weak results, just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat. Napoleon Hill, think and grow rich. We have traveled through the essence of winning. Desire, decision, faith, action, persistence, and sacrifice. Now it's time to bind these lessons into the code every winner lives by. The code of the winner. A code is not just rules, it's a way of life. A winner's code shapes thoughts, words, and deeds. If you want to join the ranks of greatness, you must live this code daily. Clarity of purpose. Know what you want, why you want it, and never lose sight. Unshakable faith. Believe when others doubt. See when others are blind. Relentless action. Move every day, no matter how small the step. Resilient persistence. Rise every time you fall. Refuse to quit. Sacrificial discipline. Trade short-term pleasure for long-term power. Gratitude and humility. Celebrate every win. Learn from every loss. Stay humble. How to live the code every day. Morning ritual. Start with affirmation and visualization. See your day conquered before it begins. Focused work. Block distractions. Attack your tasks with intensity and purpose. Daily reflection. End your day by reviewing progress, lessons learned, and planning tomorrow's steps. Healthy habits. Fuel your body and mind. Winners know health is wealth. Connect and grow. Surround yourself with positive influence. Learn, teach, and uplift. Winners impact the world. True winning is not selfish. It uplifts others, inspires communities, and changes the course of history. Your success is a light that can guide others out of darkness. Your story is a weapon against doubt for the next generation. Bluey, final charge to you. Remember this. Every winner was once a dreamer. Every winner was once afraid. Every winner faced setbacks. But every winner did this. They decided. They believed. They acted. They persisted. They sacrificed. And now it's your turn. Your victory awaits. Decide it. Believe it. Do it. Persist through it. Sacrifice for it, because greatness isn't given. It's claimed. So go forward today and declare, I am a winner. I do what winners do. I am the architect of my destiny. The world is waiting for your greatness. Step up. Own your power. Live the code. Become the winner you were born to be. Because every winner does this. And now, so will you.